Welcome back, Bob the Vapor Computer Guy. Today we're going to be taking a look at the iJoy Tornado. So this is the iJoy Tornado RDTA. I think it's more of just an RTA, but they're calling it an RDTA. We're going to take a look at this up close, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it.
Okay, so here we have the iJoy Tornado RDTA 30 to 300 watts. I don't know about that, but here you go. iJoy packaging. Stuff's a little loose in there. There's your specs on it. 5 milliliter capacity I like. Always like that. This one comes with the T4 deck. Scratch and sniff. And what do we got there? You got your Allen key jumping around inside there. Your Allen key. Some extra goodies. It came with 2 coils in here, 2 Claptons, which I already put in here that you'll see. I'll show you some other issues that I had. Let's get you a little better focus there. So there's the iJoy Tornado. Wide bore drip tip. Alright. This is your top juice fill. Turn to unlock. Juice on me. Alright. And you fill right in through the side there. Nice and easy. Alright. When you're done, you throw that back on and you lock it. Airflow, Cylon style slots, which is what I like the best. I think you have the most control over it. Just turn it to what you want. Take the face off. And your whole base is just resting in there. And that's your pin. So you put that in there. And if you look in here, there's some ripples in the side. Now I had a little problem with this deck. With mine, one of the grub screws, that one in the top there, was completely stripped when I got it. And it's not even just that the grub screw is stripped. The actual threading of the post is stripped. So even though I have 100 different Allen keys and I was able to get a larger one in there than the one that came with it, even when I turned that, I could see the screw inside turning, but it won't come out. So I've done everything possible. I spent about a half hour on it. I put a screwdriver in there trying to push it out as I loosen this to get it to force its way out. But because this does not screw into a post, into, doesn't screw into a base where I can now mount this and get a steady grip on it, this still would be loose. It was not so easy. And after about a half hour of playing with that, it was stripped. I wasn't going to return it. So what I ended up doing when I put my coils in, as you can see, is I ended up putting the negative post coils both into the same grub screw. Okay? So instead of this one, which normally would go in the bottom here and at the top here in this velocity style deck, I had to bend this down and put it into this bottom one. And that works fine. That will work. But I shouldn't have to do that. I got to cut that one a little shorter. So there you go. Those are the coils that it came with, which I put in. Alright. That one could be centered a little bit better, but just wanted to show it to you like that. Yeah, so mine came with a completely stripped screw and the threading on the post also stripped. So there's, I'd have to play with that more to get that out. But yeah, that just speaks a little bit to quality control on that. It seems like when someone put it in, maybe they really forced it in there tight or something happened and they just left it in there. It probably went in, kept spinning, and ended up stripping the threads in there. And so it's just jammed in there right now. Alright. The rest of the tank pops apart for easy cleaning. There you go. Get your thick seal O-ring up there. Another O-ring down there. Pop your base in. And there you go. One more thing I wanted to show you before we go back up top is when you want to install your coils and dry burn them, because of the design it's a little difficult. Alright, you have your base, but the problem is you can't go and just screw this in and get a reading on it. Alright, it's not going to work because it's not making contact only with the positive post. What you end up having to do is take this base off, or part of the chimney I should say. You can watch here. Okay, that's what's going to make contact. Alright, and that's the only way you're going to be able to dry burn your coils. Alright, so you're going to have to put that base on there, that part of the chimney onto the base in order to do that. A little annoying, but you know, not a deal breaker by any means.
Okay, so the iJoy Tornado rebuildable tank. There are a couple of cons, which I'm going to show you first, but I like it. Now, as you saw up close, since your build deck is not mounted into the base, it's a little bit more work to build on. Dry burning it you do have to do with this part of the chimney around it. Okay, not the best. And one thing which you might not like is the tank, the actual glass, comes off when you take out the base. So I have a decent amount of juice in it right now. If I want to rebuild it or rewick it, you would think you can't take it apart because it's going to leak all over. Well, let me tell you what I've been doing. Alright, let's take this off. So, a little bit of juice on there. Let's clean it up a little bit so I don't drop it like I tend to do. Now, when I first thought about that, I figured, why would I want a tank that I can't do anything with the base while there's juice in there? It's so annoying, and there's so many today that don't have that problem. So what I do is this. I know, you're laughing. Stop laughing for a minute. Wait until we're done here. Okay, a little piece there so I can take it off. Put that on, squeeze it on good. Alright? Now, what I should do first is keep it upside down so that the juice gets away from the holes. Now, if when you start to turn this, that part of the chimney turns and you have juice above that level, that's going to be a problem. So the whole thing is to make sure that that chimney is not really tight onto your base. Okay? I got a little bit of juice on here, so it's a little slippery. Alright? I know it looks silly, but you can put this down like this. It's not going to leak. You can work on your base and rebuild it. You can see how I have it wicked here. Okay? And another thing which I didn't mention in the up close is you can see here the two round bases of the airflow. Well, inside here you have those little grooves that you probably saw in the up close. You got to make sure those face those grooves, and it actually slides into that little chambers, grooves. I guess I'm going to use the word grooves again. Little grooves that they made. Now, you got to get it just right in there. But when you do that, what that does is it ends up putting your wicks all in the right place. Let's see if I can get this in here. Come on. All right, so when you do that, your wicks end up all correctly lined up to your airflow holes. All right? And then you can rebuild, you can re-wick, and you can put it back together again. And then when you're done, you take your piece of tape off. And it works. Stop laughing. Stop writing in the comments. I know a lot of you will. You're going to write, not for me. I think I'll pass. That seems silly. Ridiculous. There's better designs out there. And I'd agree on all those points. And I know you, those of you loyal watchers of my videos, I know what you're going to say, and you're going to say all those things. But, even with that downside to it, I'm going to tell you it's still worth it. It's still a good tank. And I'll tell you why. The two most important things, aside from being usable and buildable, the two most important things is flavor and vapor production. All right? Airflow on here, probably, second or third, it's in there. Those are the top three. Airflow is excellent. You have no problems with airflow. I got it about 3/4 open right now. All right? Flavor on here is excellent. Excellent flavor on here, no problems there. Vapor production is excellent. It is just a very nice vape. All right. I didn't like the clapped-in coils that came with it. I was getting a lot of spit back from them, and even burnt my lip on them. They were just popping a lot. Maybe I was using them a little underpowered, but I had them up to about 80 watts. But I wasn't so happy with them. I threw in a couple of just basic stainless steel 316 coils in there, and I am greatly enjoying this tank now. It is working well. Airflow is great. I wish you could put a standard tip on there, but I do like the wider bore drip tips better anyway. Just nice to always have that option. But other than that, everything about it is good. The wicking, you have to get just right. You got to get those wicks in there, and make sure you put pack plenty of cotton in there, and get that in the right spot so that they are definitely in the holes. Otherwise, you may get a little leaking when you fill. Okay, with the filling, you're gonna close off your airflow. You can do that without taking the tank off. Turn, pop off, fill, pop it back on, open up your airflow. Still got juice in here, it's slippery. All right. But flavor and vapor production, it is a great vape, and I am enjoying it. And it's also, what was that, 5-6 milliliter juice capacity on there is wonderful. I think it's 5. I'm enjoying it. Got some of this strawberry waffle in there right now. Excellent. I'm getting this. I've been using that juice in about 5 or 6 tanks since I started using that about a month ago. And this one, by far, has been giving me the best taste on it. Really enjoying it. It's a good tank. I recommend it. Not much else to say about it. Aside from those little bit of inconveniences. And normally when I find a tank that has inconveniences like that, I usually tell you it's not worth it. There's better things out there. With this, I'm going to say it's worth those inconveniences for the great vape that you get off of it. So if you want to pick one up, I recommend it. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching.